today, the last day of June inside 2020, the 30th of June. Tomorrow, the 1st of July, the school then go open classroom for people them we get for take examination. NPSC, when I primary school, the Becker, when I the junior secondary school, and the one that already take the WAS examination, where now the senior secondary school. We all know COVID-19, social distancing, was yuan, and above all that, for mask up. With picking them where they go school, how can this regulation hold water for picking them where they go school? So now that one can deal with today, but before that, make we just see what in the numbers them for COVID-19 look like today. Even with the numbers then the NACOVAC don't begin than the active case search where they say they want for begin inside Freetown. Well, they don't give we the first day where they start time how we look like. I go read them for we quick. But let's just go through the numbers then. Today we get 12 new cases. 12 new cases. And the confirmed cases they now in a salon don't reach 1,462. 1,462. The one that were there in isolation, now 428. 428 day in isolation. The one that we don't beat COVID-19 in a salon, now 974. 974. But for the past 24 hours, now 13 people beat COVID-19 in a salon. 13 people, and that one in I care and go to 974. For the past 24 hours, nobody no lost in life to COVID-19 in a salon. So we still team up at 60 people them, and then don't lost their life to COVID-19 in a salon. The one that way they in quarantine right now, 1,773. The one them we don't discharge from quarantine, now 7,362. Well, make we just read. Now make an able give a breakdown today because you look confused and small, but just listen how NACOVAC then explain the active case search. They say the cow them don't promise we the 10-week active case search don't begin. And who side them begin up? They say na the western area and they them begin up. And it will be full spread across country eventually. So not to say na Freetown no more then go do more. But eventually, then go reach all sides of the country. But for now, they want begin at Freetown because they tell you say because Freetown na the epicenter. On the one of this enhanced surveillance surge, this na the numbers them. 380 sample na then collect from members of the security forces. So then begin first with the one them where they na the security area. And then we take 380 samples from various one them prisoner, police, military, 380 and then collect. Then say the first batch of 173 out of these 380 samples where they analyze be returned with waiting 6 positive cases. 6 positive cases, all from Freetown, when at the western area urban. Then say then expect the balance result of the 207 tomorrow. Then they expect them. Because waiting and tell we, they say 173. Now 6 come all from Freetown. Because you know, say that they do urban and rural. Urban and rural, but they say this one now from urban normal. So the rural, well, we wait later order 207 come, then we go down. Then say furthermore, 124 sample from the daily routine surveillance were not all part of the active case search. You know, like how they can they do every day. That one what then they do. They say now 124. In a mix par, now 173. I don't know if, but it's a little bit confusing. But me at the time level best make we all go understand. You know, say every day, then get the numbers the way they do. So that everyday number, now in a 124. But by this new one, where then done they do now, where they say active case search, where they collect 380, now only 173, now results don't come out for. So then still owe 207 per that one day. We'll continue. 124 from the daily routine surveillance will not be part of this. And say they analyze them, and also 6 positive cases now be come out today. Now make you go find out say today what you get now 12. So 6 come out from the active case search and 6 come out from the normal one. Okay, active case search, remember? Now 6 and the 6 only from Western area urban. So now the normal one, 1 from Western area rural, 2 from Banff district, and 3 from Tonkolili. The 173 samples they analyze from the active case search plus the 124 where they analyze from the daily routine count with everything to 297 samples for the past 24 hours with the total number of 12. So now 12 total number 9 then gets, just like as I be explained. Okay. The active case search go cover healthcare service and other one them we come in contact with individual them on a daily basis. You know, say first, which one we then do? The security first this time. And say now, they want go to healthcare service and anybody with the jam body with them. It will also cover a good number of ordinary citizens who wish to be tested for COVID-19. We don't they reach there. They say this active case search inside Western area, urban and rural, Freetown and in neighbor, they say if person feels say he want get tested, this active case search, they cover Andy. NACOVAC remain committed to hitting the spread of coronavirus, and then they ensure that infected personnel no go balance surveillance, but surveillance go capture them and speedily bring them within scope. Coronavirus, corona fet, now we all fet. And so this one end today. Well, we got to see when that one they go really available for make. I don't know if na call person go call say, oh yes, I need for make them conduct test by me, or na walking you go walking. But now they don't tell we say it don't reach to the point where inside Freetown under this active case search, person we want go for me then go test them can just ask and it will be granted. How we don't know it. But now the first one this would we're going to see how as things then they unfold. Today, we want for can see how prepared the schools, the ministries, the teachers, the government for make picking them go back inside classroom. How prepared are we? Because don't forget to, church and mosque still ban. Market open. School, now them picking them. Where then they go jump go under, then they jump go under. But in the open tomorrow. How prepared are we? A lot of people will be the listen get an issue with that one way it talks say if the person test, if picking test positive inside the classroom, yes, then go move the one picking either treatment center or whatever, then test only the one where they close to that particular person, they will test positive, and school carry on like nothing happened. Some people will say, no, you're not supposed to be so. You can't just say dandy, then go for camp and clean the place and do this and do that or do what's not and lock down that classroom day or the entire school, and everybody carry it on. You see, when it is try to talk about responsibility, even for the school way it is won in a subtle way for say na then give you power for do what you get for do, but again the power they would then give you for make you be school and salon. If you try then go take that power they from you. I don't know if you hear that side, because me I hear that side. But nothing say we want people obviously, the minister self, like I say, tomorrow I go there. We self will come here, go work at tomorrow. But you can't be everywhere at the same time. Now the responsibility come inside for the school authorities them, where they are across the country. And we can now to the Veronica bucket to water, where some side water get for big problem forget, to the hand sanitizer, where, make I just carry it Usman Tole. Yes, Usman Tole, you get the platform. What do you get for Isa?
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A. I will start with the COVID-19, and then I will quickly go over to the interview. We interview the Minister of Junior and Senior Secondary School Education. To start with, I think we all know the fight against COVID-19 is a difficult fight, but so good. I think the government will try, and we see the measures the enhanced measures that we promise me, they don't begin implement them. And you can quite remember AAA when they talk one of the difficulties we will get in that country today now in terms of enforcement, implementation. So today, for us see the government begin enforce some of them here, their regulations here, I think it's a good one. As you say, myself, I watched that video today where the police officers then they stop motorcar them and then they ask people that we not get masks for countdown at the motorcar for go get mask. I think it's one of the enforcement procedures that where them in promissory, although they not begin levy fines them yet. And also, I think them in promissory they will increase the testing capacity. And inside this increase in testing capacity, he talk about, I think inside the active case search kind side. And that's a good one. That's a good one. Because from all indications, we know increased testing is a help for identify people that are COVID-19 victims and then get them quickly isolated from the rest of the population. So that's a good one. And I listen to you carefully with the numbers then. So in this case, we'll get two testing now. We'll get two areas then. We'll get the daily testing, and we get that active case testing. So I believe say it's a way forward. It's a way forward. And the only thing no more I get for worry about, I hope they will continue this, because with that you need I don't know how the testing capacity be. The amount of testing, quantity, the total number of testing we're going to our country. Because I don't see even I don't go to the extent for ask the public, anybody who is worried about COVID-19 for request a test. So that's a good one, especially under this condition where they try for lift the restrictions then. When they ease the restrictions, you need for let them do active testing. So I think say that's a good one. I mean, as I said, the only concern is I hope they continue with that. They're not just that after a while then put a stop to it. But if they continue with that, I think a way forward. So I therefore give them kudos to that. Now I move to the main topic today, where now the measures the way the Teaching Service Commission, or the guidelines if you want, where they don't put in place in terms of reopenings of school for beginning away they take the NPSC, Beke, and the WASCE exam. And we listen to the discussion or the interview where the minister himself gets with some other panelists then. I think that a very interesting discussion. Okay, let's start from the guidelines. Yeah. You see, say the guidelines, we watch the guidelines critically. You go see, say, he address the teachers then, the head teachers then, and the principal then. Then he address the teachers of examination classrooms then. Then also address the support teachers then, and the school picking them. In other words, you look at all the different people that we get for participate during this examination process and address each one of them. I think it's a good one. So that each of them partia know what are their own functions and responsibility. So that is a very good one. And there are so many issues that we discuss during that interview day. And one critical one which I feel say you don't begin to talk about. Now the issue is picking or a staff or teacher, for example, yeah, supposedly, yeah, or for some reason and test them positive for COVID-19, yeah, especially if not nearer to the time of the exam or during the time of the exam, what in do? That's a difficult one. And you see, say, you struggle with giving out the answers or the answer to that question. Because we know, say, under normal circumstance, where somebody tested positive for COVID-19, all the primary contact them, then for quarantine them and test them. And we all know how this COVID-19, they sometimes, means as soon as you come into contact and test you straight away, it show the result. Sometimes it take some time before you show. So that's a critical one. Where one of the answers that we try for talk is say it will make sure say, they do temperature check, and that they will try as best as possible track anybody who gets symptoms before they come in a classroom. But it's a difficult one because we all know what in COVID-19 sometimes is symptomatic. They say symptoms, but you get them. So that one is a difficult one for this particular process. This particular one is a difficult one. But again, I think say the minister, they try for emphasize on the issue of civic responsibility. He just believes, say, everybody gets a role for play as far as the issue of COVID-19 is concerned. And the good thing about some of the answers that we give is that he acknowledged the fact, say, challenges in the yeah. He no say challenges in the we expect everything to be 100%. And he do advise, say, everybody gets a responsibility for play. Everybody gets a role for play. So equally so, the government staff, they get a role for play. So also, the teachers, the principals, them, the support staff, them all get a role for play. Yes, but the thing when me they elect for hearing from the minister is this. We all know, say, WHO don't declare, say, COVID-19 will likely be with we for some time. Although, by your own report, it talks that they don't train teachers then. I think about 61,000 teachers they wouldn't expect for return. Say they don't train them all. But with me, one of the strongest recommendations where I feel say I go let for being see. You see, in schools or even any offices or institutions then, we get what we call health and safety officers then. Yeah? Where you be say, in case of emergencies, in case of anything will happen, now the first point of contact that. Now then specialize, you will train somebody. Yeah, but will be so as specialized like that person way, you take your time in there for that purposely. What I've been like for see, forget is if you don't train all the teachers, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Train somebody at least every school. Because we know so this thing get for them for a while. Yeah? Let them get like COVID-19 officers, for example. Where they will train, where issues them, where are very serious issues related to COVID-19, where them for train them on the procedures, where them for follow. Now every school, yeah, because put it this way, we know we own control come out, as long as give specific responsibility to somebody, sometimes it become reckless. But if you don't get a special responsibility, say if anything go wrong now this school, now you in charge of this. Now this and this and this if you do. Yeah, especially they get enough staff now. 61,000. We not to all the beginning get for return. Now only the one that we register for the exams. I think for them begin this is one of the policies that we for them take, get a COVID-19 officer similar to health and safety officer, or you can even amalgamate the office of a COVID-19 officer and that of health and safety officer, where will ensure say anything relating to this COVID-19, now at the point of contact. So that don't for them make a clear sign say now this or procedure say now this and this will follow. So now one of my own recommendations that and we talk about temperature. Temperature is fine for do, but we all know say not the only sign that somebody can get COVID-19, their temperature. So for say with him for track everybody, especially with the temperature and all that. And obviously, he go ahead. But not the only method that for track somebody we get COVID-19. And the other good side again, we also applaud them is that they say they relocate all the teachers them. We been there, make sure they all come back. And That's a good one. That's a good one. That although when they ask about the statistics, I think say you're not able to get all the data, but it give you some rough data. It give you some rough data from we understand say 400,000 students and they come back, you know, and that we'll get 61,000 teachers and they come. But the one that I think the one that mostly with the primary school and office it will specifically tell me the quantity of that, you know. So, and the other interesting one again, when I point of discussion, where I think he hammered on it very well, you know, where one of the interviewers asks about the comparison between the university student and the junior and secondary school student. You know, well, the interviewer, they try for us. She say the student that at university, you know, they are matured, you know how to behave, you know, as compared to the one that we primary and senior secondary school education. Why then the gamble them here? Why not the one them at university? Well, I think say the question not carry much weight because when you think about it, then here then get exam for will take when are very important exams, you know. So I think say we don't see in our country all this so as long as they put the correct procedures, the protocols, the health and safety protocols in place, I think say it's advisable for open. The only concern, I think say in a classroom, you talk about 1 to 25 students. I'm worried about that 25 number of students in a classroom, especially in the African, setting, where you think about the way our picking and they interact. You know, forget 25 picking them like classroom for able to maintain social distancing. I think it will be problematic. However, we will argue again, say, not make them say every picking for wear masks inside the classroom throughout in period where they in the school and for the wear mask. Provided, you know, we ensure, say, the school able monitor, ensure, say, the protocols, the measures that we then put in place and observe them. Yeah, now back I've been let foresee the COVID-19 officer for make sure when I have responsibility only and solely for be able to ensure say every picking at the school you watch and make sure say every picking at the school get a mask and that ensures say picking at the school and do social distancing. I recommend the idea of a COVID-19 officer at every school, especially so when we don't know when the COVID-19 they come to an end. So now that number one put on the table. Thank you very much, AAA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Make a call to Aisatu. Yes, Dr. Aisatu, you get the platform. What do you get for it today?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope say we all do well and we try to stay healthy as we try to see how best we can overcome COVID-19. First, with NACOVAC, you know, with the new testing format, I believe say a good one for a start. But the only thing I will say then for try for increase the number of testing, you know, actually, you know, when they try to find out exactly how many people then get, you know, COVID-19 in the country. Also forget like community centers, then we then go do testing. The testing not for they just happen, you know, at a hospital center, you know, because if you do that, then you're really not able to target every community. Because if you get like locations, then where the distance too far, some people are not going to be willing to go get tested. Yes, I understand. Say they want to focus on the healthcare workers, them along with them, you know, people that they in contact with them, you know. That's fine, you know, and then also then they encourage people to get tested. But like, especially when you know, say areas and we in a crowded area, get a testing point where they say, who then will come in, then we'll get the sample collected, with the information, them all taken, and then, then we'll contact them with a phone number where, say, you go contact them for say, the test positive, because around here, they get them drive through testing areas, and we wouldn't even come on at them motor car and just drive by and then test them. Why if we say then they do this? Then they do this for that social distancing, for ensure they will not go get on a crowd for the waiting line, or because, we try for really preach the word of social distancing, the 6 feet apart, not come in on a crowded area if you don't need to, So these are some of the things that we then will try for implement as then they go along. I understand, say this not will happen right away, but it will really help, if they begin to consider that, since now both Western and urban area, it's like urban and rural, right? They do in both areas, so they should have, points that are like, not more than 10 miles, for people and let it be very accessible, and also for everyone in the country, I believe, say, take advantage of this and get tested, and also try to encourage your loved ones, then let them get tested, because, the way you get symptoms, before you get tested. The reason is, some people then can get COVID-19, they don't know. As we know, some people then can become asymptomatic, but then still they work out with the virus, and then that way then they transmit them. And the person that will not get a stronger immune system tend to suffer that consequences. Because why? They don't become exposed to it without even knowing, and now they not even know that they're exposed to, right? So that would be something, a word of education to everybody, and also we people then let them try for adhere to all the different measures that we don't put in place for really see COVID-19, to an end. We know say in order for done completely, even if we go down, we go for eventually get vaccine sometime early next year, definitely not this year. Vaccine might not come, you're looking at December to January. Medication, as we know, we just get then clinical trials, then what they look into at this point, and symptom control. So Lord take this very seriously, and the other thing now with the school, the Dr. Senge is very enthusiastic. I like that about him. Yes, we understand. Say this will be a challenge, and it's scary. Just even the parent then will be very worried about them picking them, especially the one that we in. Like a primary school, now you get for worry, if you get for sit on next to the other person, and all that, they're not going to understand that concept. Class 6, right? Class 6, then we get from 3, then, okay, so there's some form of structured learning with this, because that is in a school age, and we deal with adolescents, them, I think then goes take orders. I think that's what he was trying to say, right? Compared to the adults. Adults then when they see now the public, then they really adhere, right? So, but picking them kind of school, they understand, say them for listening to the teachers them, because I really want to tell you, with even my own children, if you tell them, say, you don't do this, I'm going to call your teacher, they're afraid. For some reason, they say, no, don't tell my teacher. That's my son, the little one, he's 6 years old. He would say, don't tell my teacher. Same goes for my other son as well as my daughter. So they all would listen. I believe the primary school students would listen, and I'm sure the junior secondary school as well as the senior secondary school, we all should be optimistic with this. I think they're doing it because they're taking a national exam and they don't want the kids to fall behind, and I believe that's a very important one. And the Dr. Senge also mentioned about, the school teachers them or parents them where they call about the school having problem, that comes with civic duty. And, it clearly mentioned that, if you see problem in a school, take the responsibility and the initiative and call and try to reach out to the right people them where will be say then will correct the problem them. As a parent, really, you need to wait till something happen before you voice you concern or your opinion. You need to begin to voice your concern from the beginning before anything go wrong, right? It's just like, sometimes when things going on in my kids' school and it's a safety, I email the teachers. Right, I would email and then they would even say, "Oh, now that's good that you brought it up to our attention. Now take it up to the principal." So that's some of the things that these parents they need for do. And also as citizens, in that country, we really want to work together, work with the teachers, then work with the people in the community for make sure say we back do your own part. You're not only responsible for you picking a host, you're responsible for even when they out there for no say they educate them on the things that we if we do like we go in a classroom. Not try for touchy comping, make sure so you keep your mask on, and we go use the bathroom, you wash your hand, you give them that a basic education then and when they reach that school and we try for reinforce them thing there. So, and one recommendation where I really feel say it will be very important for the Ministry of Education as in the open school tomorrow, then say about 25 students in the classroom, that's gonna be really tight. I don't know how big the classroom is. So maybe that 6 feet, let them really do the measurements them. Let them left sit them between each student. And if that classroom flop, after we don't do anything, let them look for another classroom and that will help. And also make sure the bucket then they not each to what? Them Veronica bucket. Now, if you can't get the big tank, the Miller tank, nobody's saying to get that, but get these buckets all around, in front of each classroom. So the people are going to wash their hands before they enter the classroom. And also, even before they enter the school compound, if you ask me, now get them for, do a temperature testing and ask them about the symptoms them we then get. Because really like now hospital where people can kind of clinic, then they check their temperature first. Even if you come with a family member, then they check on a temperature and for make sure say you go. Because now they don't begin to allow, visitors then with the patient, right? So some of them think and they land them for put in place and ask the questions and get some public health officers then within the school. We know the questions then we for ask and try for screen the people then the picking them even before them go inside the classroom. And then the other thing would have been very nice if they were able to do this. It's like if them be able for do some testing, especially on the older kids them for find out if they really get COVID-19. It will help for know how many people then, because since then they do this community testing now for know how many people then get COVID-19. It will be nice that way they for test people them, before the school they start. Let's say like about a few days prior to now, let's say like last Friday, Thursday would have been nice, and because the result then would not come now, it will be help. Because people that can even go for elective surgeries now, they have to test them for COVID-19 before they can do the procedure, as well as if they get for do any surgery, any devices, then therefore put, then they test them. So then are some recommendations then, but I don't know how much testing then will be able for do and for make sure say they don't screen everybody because they don't get COVID-19. But I guess we just have to be optimistic and hope that it will be truthful. Fruitful in a sense. The other thing is here, just because we come to this technology problem, it would have been really nice if like picking them and get access to computer lab them, as well as, electricity day, and then let's say then get internet, then can do like a Google Classroom, then can do like a Zoom classroom, because from March till the end of the school year for me picking them, now I'm sure most people in America, I believe every school were closed. So people did online classes, because, some of the things, the teacher then can teach them. But then the truth of the matter is the student have to study as well. If they don't study, they're not going to do well, right? And even if you go to a classroom, if you don't read before you go to classroom, they talking about something, you're not going to pick up everything. And you have to go back home and reinforce it. The computer system would have been really helpful, but I don't know what's in the doctor in take with that, given that if they had that department before, I don't know if not because enough funds they're not able to provide, computer system for picking them, even like the one that we're not able to afford them for help them out, that would have been a good one. But unfortunately, I think it will be too much. But I'm glad with the recommendation we give the family members them. If you don't get masks, yes, then they give you 2 masks, but it would be very nice for like you look for old clothes so that you're not kind of school without a mask. That now for reinforce the measures that we're in place. We can then get in school and we'll get them mask. And, we wish everybody well to hope, like the whole thing will go well and it will be okay. And I know a question and a concern is that if somebody tests positive and waiting then for don't do in terms of that, if somebody really tests positive, then they isolate that person right away. And the other people then can do self-quarantine or home isolation. As long as they don't get symptoms, I think they can still go and do the schoolwork, because I will tell you this, even now my own job, it comes to a point where they begin to find out people then become short of staff, because they be quarantine everybody. The moment they don't say you don't test positive, you don't get exposed, and they make you stay in a house. But then they change that, the state change and say, if you don't get symptoms, even though you were, exposed, you've done the test, it's like you're still waiting on that 14 days, you should still come to work. Right. So, and that's what happened for many. So, but it would be nice for test everybody right away. Don't wait. And also get a good history to find out, how they become exposed to this person other than the classroom. Is there any other exposure? So that way they then can do the tracing properly. I hope all the best, for the student then, and that they achieve what they really then they try to get, during this school year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aisato. Thank you. I'm going to look out whose friend, make we hear waiting in get for it today. Yes, whose friend, you get the platform.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks to all the audience and all the listen to it. The only thing I want to put here on more, in terms of this education system, more than the open so, we all man want, because everything not just the try for let it go before. But for let it grab, say, it will be very, very easy. Not happen. It will be difficult, but there is always a precaution back with government be able to put in place for reduce the infection risk. But the other thing I want to know more, it is education, a systematic process in any area, a gradual process, and they don't sit down for long. And they want to let the gap day between the people that now will come from the underworld that they can force now the schools them. Because now when that gap day, when one shift come on at the secondary, the primary school, then the gap would be because the system way salon and physics that we don't get, that mass promotion from year 1, year 2, up to year, then go you take now you selective, the NPSC, the national exams. So that exams, they only take now for go to the other stage, one of the JSS1, and the junior secondary school 1, up to you reach the other stage back, one of the JSS3. And that stage, they all now stage and therefore open gaps so that the under will come out, they will get away for go. So which is somehow a good idea. But it left to whose measures they already put, because they see some areas they know they look, then they complain that things still not in place, like toilet facilities and water. But I hope say they will consider for help them one day as time they go on. And the other area where I feel say then actually before don't consider for do, where usually the exams itself, where they come, especially the WAEC, one of the WASC now, one of the the senior secondary school, one of 5 somehow. There's supposed to don't talk to West African Examination Council, who maybe feel and no say then get actually a way we don't be able to do things without consulting them. But it can be seen that exams they take in West Africa, where therefore bring in terms of the syllabus, because they try for fast track now, because many people they don't lack the time when they go for the exams, they lectures them, whether they take the external exams there, but like the WASC now, or what skill they call, and that West African exams with that senior secondary school level when they take that exam with WAEC, then for don't actually negotiate with WAEC. But an officer they may ever do them. I just suggest that for don't do them wearing the syllabus, even though it will be detrimental to the students, but if you for don't better, the areas that they don't cover because then we can begin the syllabus for the works from the time that we pass that Becker stage. After the Becker stage, you get an introduction of the actual modules them because they didn't begin shape the areas that we want for different science, commercial, the areas where they don't cover so that people will only go take the exams based, not for saying a laziness, but here it don't come within West Africa. And then here it don't come when there's something all man know. But how then before don't help them somehow, the area where they don't cover the syllabus, and the area they didn't will try and look, say, let government, let the WAEC them look as a meeting, then will draw question based on those areas. And that's that point that we have to actually try to portray. Not for saying they make them in a cheap way for say, oh, let me let the student they don't look qualified or competent. But if we say effective learning the day, the way they go now from 5, what they call them, banana, the senior secondary school, the third part of it. That side they usually if we don't almost cover the syllabus, wherein towards the end of the first term, then USA effective learning the day. Therefore, don't do now the actual syllabus. Because not the way you reach now that stage, they finish syllabus. So now from that first term they now done now revision that we do now for meet up the exams. And that's now so the WAEC actually can work. And in most places they already see that they get good results. Some schools around they can always target. But some schools they didn't lack. But look put that side whether they lack or not lack, but let them look into that side there. But now it might be too late. If it's too late, as I see, all they get for do now for just try encourage the students them and try make sure they secure them. How then we secure them? By giving them the right environment outside them good day. Okay, now then they try for employ other teachers them into I don't mean employing them fresh, they try for bring them into the system wherein they good day for say then why they go assist. Then they assist say like let's say then they assist towards the other subjects them, but they not get specialized subject area. So that area, the more some people in the cry say, well, life when they bring teachers them from another level, we can't teach them kind of subject there for certain year, what it will affect. In primary school, they expect that if any good teacher actually they wouldn't take. But in other areas then, it's very, very difficult. And what do they make it difficult? Now simply because some of the teachers them they only specialize in certain areas them, una English or something are math or something are quantitative or something are selective. Then are like for year 6 them. So that the area what you get for default a little bit how the syllabus would not able to go through and why it get for only draw areas them because they're not going to expect a mock exams because why can organize all those things but not going to all them would know more than would just look into waiting the syllabus call for. That area the only normal if you say for don't be one of the things that for don't help because at the final stage that one day when like your passport now we don't get they go college or so they go do temporal work or then you go to university or you go to A-level class for go do subject area specialization. So that area you know I feel say them before don't actually look into why them before don't they do. Apart from that, the idea of opening schools it is a very, very good idea. And because one, the education, if you're not the student, then they lack. There is going to be a lot of crimes, a lot of people that will go left. Those are the areas more. But looking at why people then will say, why they not open all the schools them, I mean, sorry, the classes them, and the reason this will actually, way in all areas, the area they then pick. Because now then they shift. Not like where they move you, where they play draft, we shift down, they put down the camp. If they don't move this year 6, Becker and Waxe, then there is no other area where the picking where they come up from nursery now, not say for year 1, go able for do. Then they all the year 5 for them go because now mass product promotion I always did. Then they follow a thing like a UK system. Wherein the only salary you get for pass before they promote you now from now year 6, Becker and then you get you other level, one at the wax level. So now that actually, then if we don't just look, say, before we implement this, look, we don't help the student then. But apart from that, then get the idea, what the idea and the risk idea, with everybody they take at this stage. Then all they undertake this risk. The risk for say, look, just try do and do a little bit of precaution. But not for say, they say not know for say a risky infection they come. Now for that when they and tell them about that one day, now America and other places, and I say, well, no go fast, if not looking at South Africa. But when they discuss back, they try for discuss for protect himself somehow. They try for come out place say, well, this is something wrong. We'll not just get for do because if they say back, we'll not get for do still not get for camp go before. Because then we just sit down no more than go sit down. But the way the thing don't come global, it will be very difficult for the government to say they go succeed 100%. Where then they open some of they uplift some of them then how they call it their restrictions there for letting go before. That's how you don't go 100%. But now they come back to the individuals then, where if they want the way mature and understand, they say able for help, they only to the way. But it left to the government back. Are they going to provide them enough masks? Are they going to be having masks every now and then available? Are they, if they get at least 7, then we'll just advise and say, well, make sure anything you go wash the 1 or 2. Then not just 1 or 2 no more than they go give you 1 or 2. So all those kind of things, and therefore just encourage students them. But that idea of that syllabus, more I mean, that idea that if you don't actually look into why they do and why they don't employ all, I want to say employ for bring them together, the WAEC people them, talk to them because it's a West African exams thing. Now money the picking and they get for paid to them. Let themselves come, they say, well, not for sure they make the students are going to be stupid, because in most cases, not to all the syllabus self, when you look at the education, not to all the syllabus that they don't cover for the whole year, they can do. And if you actually look effective teaching, most of the students, they teach them well now, but that's how they read that senior secondary school, that third part of it. They always don't actually know. Now, in detail, no more I don't left when they don't go to SS5. But now we're effective teaching them this. So I don't think that they go for the look back, say, go for the try. So that the syllabus, they try for cover them. They follow the syllabus, the teaching. Because I know when this education system then bring, and those are the areas they look into. But I don't know how far, because we don't come over for a while, but I don't know how far they actually follow this syllabus area, where they were effective for saying at this level now for don't do this stage here. This level now for don't do this stage here. So when we reach this stage here, and more of revision. You see, because from 5 in those days, when they go to senior secondary school, not to say the education now they go get and then now don't even so in this when they that from 3 go now at Becker stage, because the Becker stage they only bring out for that students them for able look if they're capable for go do what they call senior secondary school 1, because from there now they do subject them always bland do they go begin the specify areas then like arts, science, commercial or mixed science, some of those things. That is in the so the one they were not able for get that brain day for go do the one and the one they would they don't pass and look say well fit before you become a dropout. Now you go now a vocation. Now for that they bring the Becker. Not for saying for just count. The reason why that Becker can for when you reach there, then they know say you don't go secondary school, you don't begin mature in terms of your brain, but you don't know they don't know if you level go able go before for go begin do sciences, accounts, or those things. So if you brain there, some people then brain there vocational skill work where you go able for using education and using hand. Now the reason now one they introduce that level day, especially for Sierra Leone. Yes, so but only hope say all of those things, not for this year now, then go to think about it for say provide things let them go day. Not just for name this, not just name this, but apart from that, everybody who involved, they are doing well, but we need them to do more and excellent so that things will go before. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. I'm your contribution that.
Thank you very much, Usfin. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, God bless you.
Make we cover this caller. Yes, caller, you there live on air. Your name and side the call from, please.
Yeah, my name Koroma. I call from the United States.
You get the platform, Koroma.
Yeah, Triple A, to be honest with you, this is a very big risk, but we need them. the reason waiting make Kundira, of course, my two things make Salon de bien today. The corruption and lack of education. Thank God this current government can and take education for being a flagship program. We all see what's in bigger for happen at the last national exams. The spirit of education also die that, picking them on their own, for certain Jordan are also, maybe really study and they own far from the facts. Of course, we all have been once a student. As long as, picking really get a spirit, make a study, they go even take a book out, maybe just pretend before in parents say, oh, make a good study. Then maybe when the parents focus on them too much, they will busy, maybe they play it in smartphone, then on social media and all the rest. I just remember, some of your own days, and of course, some of you are O-level 6. Then 10 and day, like we didn't see WAEC or O-level exam day on. You really see the environment. It's like you see students, then they're gonna. It can be real study camp. We group up. If you then at all we get Boku secondary schools and you really say the tempo can actually tell you student and busy with the exams. But now, being that, because we don't have to say, exam can, this time can make, them go through. Not anymore. Exam can, you hardly feel about the atmosphere. Likewise, this NPSC, in those days, they call them selective. I think they start somewhere, sometime around 9 o'clock. But by then, 6. Some people even left around 5 o'clock. But the houses, then they rush, they go to the center. All this, it's like a big clear indication how students treat, external exams so serious, but not anymore. Education, to be honest with you, it don't die in a salon. So, like this particular external exam, we can maybe not just like come on at the house, go to the exam hall. Trust me, it's like we'll see the worst. Maybe, these classes, so they go take the 11th hour. That will revive and bring a little bit, before, maybe they do something better. Now, a very big risk, but, we need that. Maybe with education, we're able to revive Salon back. But just like we started saying, the two things that are always responsible for Salon in downfall today, education and corruption. But that may get for say. Thank you very much for giving me the platform.
Yeah, before you go, Kuroma, the question we ask, I don't ask the doctor. He say yes, it's possible for make somebody get tested positive for coronavirus more than one time.
The reason we make an act family, like Ebola, when they get for land say, Ebola, we person gets Ebola once, it's like it not get them again. So I just if you say, we don't get corona once, your system they become immune to that.
Well, he say if they get ability tomorrow, it will come deliberate on that more. But he say yes, it's possible make somebody get more than one time.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I see Memzo B. Safa himself answer that question there, where Koma ask, he say, sure, he say, but in the area of somebody, we don't test positive for coronavirus 3 times. I think that person there, who saying they go so way, they go contact her. Make we call this caller. Yes, caller, they live on here, your name and who call from?
Yeah, Triple, thank you very much, my brother. I'm Omar from Los Angeles.
You get the platform, sir.
Triple, in life, Africa, we need to move away from the idea of everything and for do and for we. Now, they make it see Western world and they respect we. We get for they do things exactly, like we walk in kind of this podium sometimes when we oppose the present government and if it's in the opposition, when we go to the opposition, people and say, oh, another day. But no, when anybody will do good now for talk, I listen to the interview we play. it absolutely makes sense. Everything with the minister say. You know, one thing we don't the lack of in Africa. I don't even know if I don't know how much of that we get of civic responsibilities. Some of them not to the government no more get for do everything. Yeah, and I make them get volunteer, even with picking them at school. Then they send them at the hospital for go pass water. The hospital side we get and call it teen volunteers. When at the school they send them, then they go work for free. We even get old people and we don't retire from the hospital, then they come back and give back. Then they can just volunteer, then they go to their patient room, they do stuff. Now that we need in Africa. Not to everything no more than for pay you, everything what you do, not that. You don't talk now, we hate everything what we do. We need people, just like what the doctor, the minister will tell one of that journalist, the gentleman, he asked him a question, I make the guy tell and say, listen, we not feel say now for just the ask question them about the government, some of them here, we not self can take an initiative, we not self can do them. If not that you want to able to pull the money, they're not allowed to pull the money in our pocket. But for now understand, so, school not get the young bucket, the hate or they not get this. We not take the initiative. We not go ask the school master, headmaster. We not do things there. We all get this country. Now that make this country so great. They believe in volunteers. They believe in everybody take responsibility. One day, I go answer jury duty as an African man. As he inside the elevator, complains, say, man, this thing, they don't even get for pay me better. And one part look me inside the elevator and say, man, what are you complaining? That's your civic responsibility. You should be happy that they call you to be a juror. Instead of they grumble by myself. Now that them good panaya. It's not that, well, I don't know if we know that, but as soon as they say we're then at the diaspora, we quick for make excuses. They're not get that time, the media. No, yes, then get PTA programs in there. When mama and papa, we begin them small. Now we don't go, now we don't get business in our school, now we don't go organize, we depend them. That program, then they've been in Africa, be small, they may get PTA. I don't know if it's still there. Parents Teachers Association, I don't know if it's still there. You know, we all go for land this in Africa, not to everything government. This thing we're on council, we all for bundle up with the minister, especially since now my exam the number that they take, that means it's not to the whole school. Now let's say the one that we I don't know how the system did it again. I don't know whether they take the exam. But if not the class 7 then they take the exam. Now class 7 they take exam now.
Class 6. Now class 6 they take exam and then no more they go. So
that just tell you how because what we did in a selective entrance now we did class 7. Now class 7 they take selective entrance. Now I don't know what you know the name. But the one that where they take the exam, if not then no more they go. Then the remaining classroom them, now they for spread them. Let parents themselves go volunteer, people and go volunteer, educated people and won't get nothing for do tomorrow or whatever at the time. Let themselves go volunteer for organize it, begin them, separate them, put them in that 6 feet space. You know, you can do that. There's no need for pay you. This don't come left now Africa. Everything what we do in Africa we for doing for money. No. People don't for help the school, don't for help the government. The school where you know say, now that school that you been go, if you that school in the alma mater, you been go the way be small, or in a primary school, go there, go give you hand, go lend you hand, go there help for organize the begin them. You know go there the teacher or the minister say what you do now gonna use. We need for the LNT and a part of civic responsibilities. I don't know how much we know of that again in Africa. Now that's not me or no more, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar. Thank you, sir. Okay, Omar don't go, but Bash the answer, Omar the answer and say, good number of volunteers then they will not even need for go far. The no system, a lot of them don't volunteer for over 10 years. There is no PIN code for them. And not only that, even to today, Connaught Hospital workers them don't see, then they go on strike again tomorrow. Remember after all that talk we don't talk now, yeah? They don't get nothing. They say I don't go to 12 weeks. But yes, call ID live on here, your name and where you call from?
Nami?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Triple A, how you doing? Adama, I call from New York.
You get the platform, Adama.
Okay. I listen to all the analysts then, and I read all the things, the important things that they bring on the table. This is the time for all hands on deck. Okay, this is the time for parents to play their own part. I understand some parents it's going to be difficult for them because financial and other things then. But they should do their parts, and also the government too, because it is very important for our children in that country to have education. Because this is not the most thing we're backward. Okay, only 35% people who are educated over there. And because of this, things, they are very, very hard for our youth. Okay, they have to focus. And everybody has to focus. In order, you want the country to go before. Okay, because these are the generation of that country, AAA, our children. Sierra Leone is a very beautiful country. And all the resources and everything. Okay, and other thing women don't understand. The country have so many young people. Okay, so this is the time. I understand for say sometimes, okay, we get angry with the government, but this particular government, they don't put hand on education. And they will all put on hand other them. Okay, they will not begin for criticize here and there. Let's just do it this time. Okay, whatever, teachers there, whoever want to do something, they will do it. Because it's for our country. It's for our children, the generation. And I'm very, very happy, AAA. And I hope everything will be okay. So during this time, if anything go a little bit sour, let us not begin for get excited. Okay. I mean, nothing is perfect in this world, you see. But this is the beginning. Okay. I thank you very much for giving me the platform.
Thank you very much, Adama. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And what I be they talk just now, they talk about the healthcare workers in Akonot Hospital. We would say, then say tomorrow. Then say don't go now 12 weeks where they not receive that allowance. What I be they talk here yesterday. Say Paolo they talk. Paolo people in the talk. It's like they're not even listening. They're not listening safe. But when they talk on Ayondi. This is what we want to focus on this one. Now on the part of the teachers, the school authorities them. For do waiting right. Because then they get responsibility and a big one for play. The one way not get Veronica bucket, the one way not get sanitizer, the one way I don't know if you could say it all late now. Or first thing in the morning, they make sure say they don't call. But we know they talk no more for the one in African. Not to the one in African no more they talk for. Then give it in and call hard to reach areas. They hard to reach areas than they. How safe are they? Buckets don't reach there. Eh? You get areas, you get schools them way they begin and give a cross boats for go school. The thing the way they need, they don't reach there. You go say, oh, well, but it's not a government not able they everywhere, you know. So the one them way they in charge now them for raise the alarm. The minister don't say everything then gets. So you just ask, then they give you. Make a call this caller. Yes, caller, they live on your name and no side the call from?
Yes, good evening. Trip when I'm talk to?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, me a Slovenian citizen. Thank you so much. Anyway, in terms of the school reopening, I support for make the opening school because nobody in circumstance not the same. This COVID virus we don't care, it deal with the whole world for now. And we not advance like America or London forget a Zoom. We have to work with what we have. Just like we didn't decide to lock the market then because of the way Africa did. So we go for use the same thing. People in the allow them picking for good sell and market and all that. The journalists naturally, I don't know what to do then. Two, pessimistic, just like what everybody say. There are three aspects of people are responsible for learning. The family, the teachers, and the people. And to me, I think the family and the people and get more responsibility than the teachers then. Because you spend more time like us, which you begin, and when you begin achieve or not achieve, now you get forget the consequences of that. In as much yes, government, but like necessarily one turn and now like a communist country. Like what everybody don't do. Everybody says government. Okay, 99% criticize, that's fine. By the end of the day, who have to get the benefit? You are a parent too, you bring that child to the world, you therefore accept her. And I'm not going to buy that idea because you talk now, na poverty. Like some of us in Lapso, we're not come on a rich family, they're going to lock, we're not born a fit, some of us are most remote town, then they will come where you said to get access, sometimes the whole district depend on one secondary school, basically they come out 4, 5, 6 miles, and even get shoes power. But the drive was there, the ambition was there. The mama they not even study like some of them, mama they not even study for right ABCD. But one concept put them in get and get for say, then one will better pass there. Ways who come on us, they not even study for look at with papers there. Just like waiting that man say, picking the listing past big person as long as you correct her. Ways who can call, then they just say, oh, I didn't have to pass matter here, serious study. They not even know whether I lie with lie, but just because we have that confidence that our parents, we just believe so they understand. You sit down, you study. So they can just say somebody they pass and they will 10 from 5 or from 3, but yeah, can't check this work for me, picking. That's how we did it also for black, but I know over 40, 50 people that were neighbors in those days because we are old people in a way, some are PhD, some are engineers, some are this. We didn't even, we didn't even study for it, right? But this concept now, that way everything now, government. So when you not get so less in the yard, oh, Papa government, you wouldn't want to go inside. Oh, Papa government can't help with. What's now all this pessimistic, what people dedicate and picking for good sale. And secondly, government don't give them 4 core textbooks. People are saying we don't have it, that's fine. But why can't you tell your children to read those 4 textbooks? It makes a difference. They don't give them 3 weeks notice for them pick here. School get for can open. Just like what that man say. Let's be realistic. NIB, we must get at least 80% of say we go afford 2,000 to buy max or the quarter. But everything I don't have, people have other priorities. I don't really understand. And secondly, with the teachers and they go ask for extra money. I was a teacher before I came to this country, so I know what I'm teaching. But what is the compassion? Like what is the volunteering? Even some former teachers want to be old teachers there, but I can't help. When maybe they go to school in a small village, I remember the granny, even they can volunteer in a school, like which that man say PTA. So until we take this responsibility for no say, our job is our job. Let's focus first on ourselves. Yes, we know government have a responsibility. Trust me, a man's best servant is himself. We get for the positive. I mean, I'm not right now. That unit of positive being infected. As long as it not shows signs, let them not deprive them picking for the future. Now, essential. Just like when the markets, the food are essential, economy are the same are essential. That picking can still go. It goes through an isolation. If it's around 6 or they make us say 12 feet away, it's taking the exam. That's not for stop for taking an exam. Right now, next week, they test me again. As long as you don't cough near the person, if you asymptomatic, the only way you explain to somebody, when you talk, you don't wear mask or you cough. But in fact, they find out now because the thing they just they even suspect now says if you are asymptomatic, the transfer. And I make my job now. If you're asymptomatic, you test positive, you are still allowed to come to work. The only thing you follow the protocols. People don't want to follow the protocols. Every way you come to school, they make for a country where they all they see that they wear backs and they go outside, they make the picking and they go sell. Where you come from school now, all type of criticism. I don't understand what's wrong with the country. Thank you so much. People have to take responsibility for their own destiny. And those teachers must be ashamed of themselves for asking for extra initiative. What's the young civic response as teachers? They pay right now. When they even go to school, I get friends that when teachers then they say American, when they waste summer camp, they don't pay them. I didn't know that. They don't pay them. And when school open, then they go 2-3 weeks before the Pekin and go and begin prepare for the Pekin. Therefore, even excited now and feel safe, feel sorry for the Pekin and say, then they go school, but after go ask for say that we are frontline workers. Are these children dangerous more than those court markets? Thank you so much, Tripoli.
All right, thank you very much, ma. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
You there live on here, your name and where you call from?
Concerned to Leone from Australia. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Me want to tell the Minister of Education plenty thank you. And the way the world go with this COVID-19, it's like, I can always say this now, you know, people don't begin to understand the behavior and pattern and the way the disease is spread, then how people will become infested with the disease. At the initial stage, when the virus begins, a lot of people, a lot of scientists, a lot of women get a clue of the mode of transmission, which area of the body will the disease affect. Now that people don't know, a lot of people don't know the mode of transmission and other things there, they're left now to the actions of government, the leaders of the government. Now then they make the fee, they reduce. They see a typical example, America, because the president so ignorant and so stubborn, they need to take things serious. Even if the scientists, they already tell I'm waiting for doing the idea to that, they find out a lot of his supporters, they follow suit. Now make the disease is back in America so today. So what thing that is try to tell you is that everything that is all comes to leadership. If the leadership take the disease serious now, any country, if they see the citizens, they follow suit. Now they affect America so today. If they teach the citizens the idea to what the Sabi people and say, the well-body people and they say. Now look, Europe, they ban America even for inside Europe for it. Even Morocco, Algeria, all qualify for go inside for tourists inside Europe or any European country. Why America say this? Now look, we come to Leone. Then we thank the Minister of Education. That disease don't say we say now. Life get for go now with risk. Because for now we say we want for we the corona don't feel at the world. Before anything happen around the world now, then it's quite impossible. The human being don't come to that realization. All waiting important now is public education, public health education about the disease. When schools can get for open, what we recommend for them that the first lectures, one, they for announce any people they go to the classroom, mandatory for use face mask. And within the campus and the premises or even out of the premises. Even we the ones of those for going to school and come back to use face masks all the time. Second, therefore, even give lectures, if our government, if not be the government, and they make pamphlets on the disease, COVID-19, they hold lectures, within a virus, within a COVID-19, waiting to cause the disease, waiting at the signs and symptoms of the disease, and waiting you for do as a precaution when you get the disease, and when you get the signs and symptoms, waiting you for do. And finally, if don't print an hand out, if don't make hand out them, when at the first thing when school open, when they will give lectures on COVID-19 and give an hand out, the that will be a very good platform to educate them together, to go educate the parents and educate the community also about the disease. Because they don't go around at school, they don't get a formal explanation, education about the disease itself. So always need the act for the government to do is for just let's have this and we don't put measures like the wearing of face masks for the compulsory in classroom around the premises of the school. And even advise school picking up for continuing to use face masks at all times when they're in public gatherings. Because not about your own safety, but the safety of other people is very important. When they collect the Minister of Education, I don't they follow around from what it can at this country. So I don't they follow the interview. If somebody will go through the saying in interview, I'm not happy at one day. In the final say, my guy was very proactive. And if you look at how he take interview, even they tell the people looking interview and say, they to get a responsibility for being Mama Sierra Leone. You know, we left the development of the country in the hands of only government for one man. They just started experiencing. You know, we see that the mama no one for take care of the kid. The community also gets a responsibility. The papa gets a responsibility. The brothers and the sisters, the schools, the teachers, Everybody gets a responsibility. Now, so society they run. If you say no to the business, because no to the party, not power, or no to the government, it is not care. You know, if that's not changed, salons no will ever able to develop. Now, what for try for think as society, or people older than first of all, how for able think to give back to society, like what other color they say, civic responsibility. Something we need to pass and pay you. You just say people go volunteer, do something for yourself. The cow you said they do so AAA with the other projects the way they do national Leone. Now, civic responsibility now they do. You know it for government. The people know they contribute no way for government for the little things the way they do, the way they serve community. You get that blessing there. You're not going to do good and take that through government or government can give you blessing. No. But you take your time and take my own time for care, for the donation and project and things that they do. You know, they change people their life. Even you talk all they talk, there are civic responsibility now they do so. So the idea is the way we talk there, some of the meaningful, some are not meaningful. They are meaningful, they always get sense, where get concerned, you go take up, they go on board and build on that. But if you say no important, you put them, you trash them. Now it makes society. And that's my own take. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Me, they advise also the students there for the exams. I will just finish something quick. Me, they strongly believe say like the essays them by English. Most times essays them by English, most people who they do O levels. You find out say most of the things that the essays don't come by English now on current issue. So students get for master like the COVID-19 around the world. Likely to say a question go can be. I'm not sure. I need to do exam. But I go likely believe say if you do biology or social sciences then things that were related to COVID-19, you will get 1 or 2 questions go can be. Now that's not me on take.
So you don't can leak examination question. I didn't leak examination question. I don't teach O level. Most of the essays then, now current happenings that they take. Now change the way they affect society on the whole. Now that means just believe. So then they can advise government or the teachers then. The first opening in school, then they teach the kids about the COVID-19. So say that they likely then will get 1 question from essay, either comprehension and essay for that about COVID-19. How it impacts the world. Which are the advantage and disadvantages the way the disease goes around the world. One thing the interruption of tourism flights and employment, all that thing they're related even to economics. So all that thing they are related. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you. Yes, caller, you're live on your name and inside the call from.
Yeah, it's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get the platform.
Yeah, this Minister of Education, he's not the one serious guy, man. This guy is not serious, man. You know, from where school law, then just hand over a radio, give them picking and let them pick the land from the radio, whether the hand radio, whether they give them. What kind of education will you expect for them picking for let them land from the radio, then go take exam, you know? This guy not serious, man. Not because this guy come on, I go MIT, you go under. People like the physics, not the one serious guy, man. That guy not serious for salon, you know. If they go expose them beginning, they come on at the host, then they catch boss or then they catch Buddha, then they among people there, then go to school, then go there among them body in a school. If you say that then go to wear mask and they, you know. What you don't set in place? The only beginning for going at school. Wait for don't say one spot. Who say you go to control them beginning? If not free to all them beginning go to one spot. Who say they go to control them? But they only go to their own school there. And this guy not serious for salon, man. I always say when I the same guy they left here. You know, you don't educate yourself. You go and for go thief money there. You know. Now them here. You know. You left now. You don't educate yourself now. You go to your as minister. You not get no plan for the country or no plan for the people over there. You know, you go tell them for they go get a radio. The country, the internet system not set up. You know, they're not serious, man. They're not serious.
Okay, Mike, I want to hold you there quick. So,
yeah.
If now you be in this position, what do you go do right now?
I'm going to shut school down. School not going to be open. They don't need
exams they for take place because or else then go lap again an entire year where then go miss because the other can't get them. Remember this one not to internal exam. This is an external examination where now the entire West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, all of those guys are going to take this examination. So we for prefer, then self get COVID-19, then self get the new measures they wouldn't put in place. But you think so we for prefer will say make the picking and sit down and a whole year they not go for go take this exam just because of waiting.
Yeah, I prefer they sit down. You know, then put them beginning there at risk, you know. If one body begin go catch that thing, they end up in the hospital, something happen there. What you go do? What you put in place for do? You know, he go quarantine the rest of the beginning. We catch the thing. You know, if anyone body go catch that thing, they spread out. What you go do for the rest of them now?
But you wouldn't be asking that question there, right? Or you know, be don't carry it that thing.
Right, I would ask her that question. You know, you don't get a proper answer for her. Yeah, not a proper answer, Danny. You don't get proper answer for that for Danny. You know, it puts all my life at risk. Just in case one parent teacher they get that thing, they go spread and parent beginning day. What you go do? You know, up till now, they get issue for paid enough there. You know, they don't get enough testing that they go on at the whole country. They set up by yourself they grab for set up all this NTR. You know, then they don't let them begin. You know, like that. I don't know what you go do there. What you go do salon? Because it's a waste of time. You know, then they begin to sit down. Next year they go take the test. No, not to say when they take the test now they go grab and become successful right away. You know what I mean? Next year, other test day, then go take they're well prepared for that test day. Then go take a test right now when they're not ready for, then fail out. Then at the end of the day, the mindset not even in at school right now because all man no say COVID day, they go to school. What did they go to school for? You know? A waste of time, man. Then hurry up and pay their nurse there, man. And instead of paying their nurse, they pay politician there, then they go buy motorcar. Then they think twice, man. The people over there are the front line, what they do the job for them, what they help the people in the country, they don't care about them. But they care for pay politicians, they care for the young minister, they let them drive nice motor car. You know, now the thing is about salon. You know, the people who they put in front, they don't care about the country. They know they put the country in priority right, you know. They don't care, man. They just a waste of time for talk about them, man. We as Sierra Leoneans, we get for make a better choice or whatever they put as leader, you know. You as a leader, when I know you will set up a plan for paying us there, the people are still complain. And then they distract we in too much thing there, you know. And every week then they distract we. Every week something they come up then they distract we, you know. And if we stop them here, go and pay them us there, man. That's my own contribution. All
right, thank you very much, Mike. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, caller, are live on your name and inside the call from?
Yeah, this is Omar from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
You get the platform, Omar.
Yeah, you know that education minister, they go give, you know, excellent way of handling stuff. You see, teachers them are born and they born teachers them. Even if they train you, that kind of teacher for is today. Now that meeting day. Exemplary, you know. In composure, you see upbeat, all that stuff there. The anxiety level, you go see say people anxiety level, the way you handle that particular situation that day. You know, because the problem with some people, why they go astray now because you're anxious, you don't know what you for do. You thinking that distorted, you don't even know. But the way I see you handle that case and day, it calm. You don't even make an assessment now any big stuff. For educate people, more come to that place. I know they follow them all the time. But you go see, say, this is a born teacher, an educator. You understand it? The way safely they handle the cases, they see some people in question, they make them be in a simplest form. The simplicity way you handle the stuff, they really know, so the man we interested in country and development. You know, like we don't include the civil responsibility where everybody gets at that place. That everybody needs for take. Because if not to that one, they go on everybody at that place. For develop the country, for how we achieve we goals them more, it will be very tough. we don't say COVID don't come. A day and a half for stay for a long time. Not to even Sierra Leone step, now on site. All we need for do is to modify the way of life there. And then follow the recommendation, the way people, the way the experts they give. Now that day we need for do. Life will go on smoothly. We still achieve the development where we want. People and still go to school like where they go to. All they need is now for just follow the recommendation. You know? And like what they say, that responsibility for everyone. Parents, the students, this, that. I'm not in a hard time because I bet where this thing they go on, some people normally study much, this, that, but a hard time for let school and hope let the beginning come into tune again, you know? But let them feel say, yeah, they're not students again. Because if this go long, they go, you're not going to be able, they all big knowledge against them. Like when few of the colors they don't say. That way enthusiasm in there for school in another place, not to say it now, though. You know, not to say it. Because I remember some we in every village that you grow up, now then paper lamp there now in the use. I don't know if you know, you get that suit with the cupboard. The black you know so, you know? But when you get the drive for go school, you still want to do them, you know? That lamp then they will make that, then they put kerosene and that stuff. I don't know if they still get them in that place in the light. It is study. When you say about light no, but at that now light we study till the midnight or say. You go sleep and then ready for going to school in the morning. In fact, before you go to school, you don't go get water, all that stuff, then you don't prepare before you go to school. All that and the civil responsibility that they, you know. Another thing about what I get question, now money know they for pay the nurse system, or na just all the money then they. Huh?
There is money. I don't know, man. It's like I don't know.
If you're not able to meet the areas they say for all the payments the way you don't late for, at least give them small, then life go to go on, you know? But I don't see why money day, where the people and the struggle, their family are not able to meet for them ends meet every day, they're not able to meet that. They still owe their money. If not access for them money, then they for don't keep them or cheap in. Let them carry on them good work where they do. Because if that's strike for them, that thing they get worse back for, you know. But in they for to not get medicine, no therapeutic, no they like the place they forgive people. The one the way they manage the situation for like the way it is, so but I know they look to them. I don't know. But it's concerning though. It's really concerning. You know. So now me own contribution that today, huh?
All right, thank you very much, Omar. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Me on take on this one. I think it's right to make school open, make the one that will go for take exam, make it then go. However, without COVID-19, we see the failure will be happen 2019. Where COVID-19 will be due because of the way how then we don't handle examination na salon. So this one, not get from make them any better. Not get from make them any better. This particular one. So that's not mean say still yet they not forgo. There are some people them way. I don't think for some people we not go make them. Then we say, oh, everybody for sit down. Remember what you said we go school the entire class? Not to everybody be bright day and not to everybody be dull day. So some people in the way then get in that small age where they then get the ambition. And I don't think say right for me to say make everybody sit on our house. I think it's just right make them go. That's what we can afford right now. Yes, then they teach online, then they even teach self on Facebook. But you go ask how many picking them get that facility there for can watch the teaching on Facebook. How many? And they teach online and get all the online classes and everything, but internet is not even free in Sierra Leone. You know, internet for play video. It's different first. From that WhatsApp, and whatever internet. I'm not saying that they try so then they can e-learning and all these things, but I wish they can get the data for showing how many people they benefit by that one day within the council. Not if we just can't do them like say we want to do it, but how many people are benefiting? Because the one they say for they do and we go watch the online streaming, how many people are even there? So na 10, so na 2, so na 3, now in the day they watch. And but waiting at the time for saying we need the picking them for go school, but there is responsibility where everyone concerned, from the parents them to the school authorities them, everybody gets a role for play. COVID-19 not they just go so. COVID-19 they only go away when we do it and say we for do. Then they make it go away. But if they say do this, you they do that, and you still want the result for this, it doesn't work like that. So if they say, oh, let the parents, they're not sending them picking go school, but go na markets, go na streets, you see these kids all over the place. And this one not to see that the entire school, not just the examination classes, the NPSC, the Beke, and the WAS. Now they no more for go. But people need to take responsibility. The teachers them for oversee, if you say this room is crowded, then for split the room, and if they say even, because not to all classrooms are the same. We not say the minister say 20, the maximum na 25. But some classrooms, some tests na 10 you go able to take. So not so because the ministry say 20, therefore force 20 people are inside it. All this one come with people ready for take up responsibility. So that when you say, oh, this now 20, if we say they put 20 now, it go look boko, so we'll make complete and 2. We'll make an 10. But another thing we don't use for choke classroom. So even when maybe 20, it go look empty to we. We go say, oh, that mindset. We go say, oh, well, you know what thing? It blunt full up as yourself, so I nothing say this one even full up, you know? We want the best for Sierra Leone. Me on Tripoleo, me. I know say the results we get for Komot. Now that the people don't say, I mean them for no, they need to take it. Some man just need for ginger himself up. Because some man don't even forget about schoolwork. So they need for ginger themselves up and go back to school and refresh the brain again. Government, they pay the teachers and you hear the minister. Also then there's how we self-post them, we then publish them, say they don't pay for second term. Almost billion leos. All we hope, make it be a community thing. Everybody will be responsible, able to put on and see the success of this one. Obviously, one school or the other get for come with positive case. We are not going to rule that out. Get for come with positive. Namika say everywhere in the world with an open school, one particular school day we been get. As long as they make the testing available. Because all man get part for play now. Everybody. The South Sami concern are there hard to reach areas them. Because right now the provinces, it's not in free tongue now, what they see. Not to the other day, Moyamba get 20. So you not go even say, oh, na future na the epicenter na again. We can them already begin giving numbers them. We bo ready, look ayanda. We tonkolili ready. Every day again new case. So no sign all day again. Oh, they say, oh, well maybe low focus more per free. No, everywhere we for focus man. For the safety of the kids. A person not see the go land book, you end up be the worst. Eh? But I think they need to go back to school. I know see as school they open tomorrow, we go to see, we get the complaint them, then we hope see them fix them in time. We hope see them fix them in time. Tomorrow we go join even the education radio. We go join them, we'll bring on our platform, make we listen, and see them go for their live, I think from 10 to 12, salon time. We go join them that morning day. Make we hear how then they connect with different districts them and waiting, then they tell them how they pick in and they respond for go to school. Because I know say tomorrow, okay, for you, when they already talk say, oh, they not get Veronica bucket, they not get hand sanitizer, they not get face mask. We hope say the one they will not get, you will reach them as soon as possible. But another thing, make in the name of say, oh, we want everybody for make them go school, even though we're gonna the place we see say this one, it's a no. In our accommodating right now, we still force the beginning for good. No, it should be prepared. It should be. We'll go there back tomorrow. We hope for the best. And like I said, we will follow tomorrow. The coming ourselves go waka. And we go here waiting come out today. Till we meet again tomorrow, people say, ta-ta.